Sean Hannity messed up big time. We covered on the show yesterday the insane clip of Fox filming the jumping and beating of a random Spanish-speaking man who the Guardian Angels and Curtis Sliwa deemed a migrant and a shoplifter, only for it to turn around and just be a Spanish-speaking American. You know, something you could never expect to see in New York. Well, Hannity finally took the time to mention his mistake, also being sure to add in how the man was summoned for disorderly conduct.
Now, before we go tonight, I want to talk about Curtis Sliwa's appearance on this show on Tuesday night when members of the Guardian Angels stopped a man and the police were called.
Just to be clear, he was jumped and beaten by thugs in colorful matching clothing. He wasn't taken down or apprehended. The way that Hannity's trying to depict this is like the law enforcement did it. It was a group of random vigilantes and it was a beating. But continue.
Now, Curtis said that the man was a migrant and that he was shoplifting. Fox News has since spoken to the NYPD. Apparently, the statements made by Curtis that the man is a migrant is not true, and the man was given a summons for disorderly conduct.
They went on to charge the man who was being harassed by this group of thugs in colorful matching clothing with disorderly conduct. Now, remember, this group attacked him for speaking Spanish, which is definitionally a hate crime, but all of them walked away scot-free. And this is just how cops are. Overly sympathetic to groups like this and thanking them for helping them out and doing their bidding, as they largely share a lot of the same rhetoric and ideology, especially when it comes to migrants. I want to show you clips of the body cam finally released in Times Square, where the cops walked up to a group of migrants outside of a migrant shelter and began harassing them for blocking the way, which in Times Square is just hilarious to consider if you've ever been. I mean, you could functionally blame anyone anywhere in Times Square for doing this. Now, first, a small clip was released of the attacks, framing it in a very precarious way where we were led to believe an aggressive gang of migrants just attacked the innocent police that were doing their job. But let's see if the body cam footage we have tells the same story.
West 4-1, mijo. West 4-1. West 4-1, mijo. West 4-1, mijo. Let's go. Move. West 4-1. No toques, no toques, no me toques. Vamos. West 4-1.
Oye, huele bicho, tengo un pana que ofrecieron 25 para matarlo, me escuchaste, hijo de puta.
Shut. No, I don't care. Vamos.
Parece Betty la fea.
¿Pero qué pasó? Ey, ¿pero por qué me paraba a mí, pe? ¿Por qué me paraba? Cuidado, que me voy a meter el carajito para el niño. El niño, papá. Vale.
Now, let's play the overhead footage real quick where you can clearly see all these men are walking away. Something drops out of the stroller this man had. He picks it up and begins to walk away again when he is cut off and attacked by the police.
No, I don't care. Vamos.
Parece Betty la fea.
¿Pero qué pasó? Ey, ¿pero por qué me paraba a mí, pe? ¿Por qué me paraba? Cuidado, que me voy a meter el carajito para el niño. El niño, papá. Vale.
Now, in the report, they tried to label this as, oh, they were rapping song lyrics with profanity, and one of them mentioned the cop looks like Ugly Betty, which when they're singing in Spanish, there's a good chance the cop didn't even understand that. But regardless, none of those are reasons to be attacked in the street, to be pushed up against a wall, to be thrown to the ground. These cops just saw Spanish-speaking people and began to harass them. Oh, the migrant invasion, let me do something about it. And then they try to justify it by basically just saying, well, they're migrants. They were in the way. They were speaking Spanish. What if they're plotting about something? And he was literally complying. You can see that in every angle we looked at. He's walking away like they asked him to do when he dropped some of his stuff. you can hear the cops say, oh, they're having a great time. And that's like when his power trip just triggers and he's like, this is my last chance to exert my ego and my power and authority here. I can just grab the last guy in the back, the wounded antelope theory, you know, which is really what he just did. He's like, this is the last guy. I can grab him. As you see, he steps in front of him, walking away just to then shove him up against the wall. And it was like put out that the cops didn't want anyone to get hurt or anyone to get injured. And I guess what? He didn't want to injure his arm or his elbow slamming this innocent man up against the wall. And now people on the right are trying to circulate the original clip of just the angle that makes it look like maybe the migrants are fighting back or they were going to attack the cops. And they're trying to use it to justify not only the guardian angel's actions with the innocent Spanish-speaking man and them circulating the streets like that, but trying to justify things like this just being the norm. It shows where we are as a country. You literally just can't be a migrant or even a Spanish-speaking American at this point and be out on the streets because of this dangerous rhetoric used by the right, where now a good portion of the country thinks they just have to watch their back if you're speaking Spanish. Like, oh, I don't know, you're either here to take my job or to attack me, or you have fentanyl in your pocket, even though most of the fentanyl comes across the border from US citizens. It's all just nonsense, really. This is just the fascism that often gets recycled on the right. They did it to African Americans, they did it to gay people, and now they're moving on to migrants. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of the truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video. We even have memberships available as low as $3 if you'd like to support, because the only way we become a society is together.